When is the new season of Loki premiering? Will AI rule the world? And is there really a Dr. Pepper ice cream? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus, and just wanted to go ahead and dive into some, I guess you could call this cool news, if that's what you want to call it, that there has been another, yet another flavor of ice cream that has been added to the list of weird flavors you didn't know you need or that you wanted, but it is here. So this is actually coming from Bluebell, and some of you probably have heard this already, that it was announced, I think last week is when I first saw it, like last Thursday or something, that Bluebell is entering its name into the ring. And, we've seen different flavors from Van Leeuwen being, the ranch or the mac and cheese ice cream, which I will be trying and getting very soon, so I'll let y'all know about that. So Bluebell wanted to enter the ring, enter its ballot into this fight, I guess you could say, of what ice cream company can create the weirdest flavor and try to make it taste good. And this flavor, I actually think it has potential to taste good. And the flavor that Bluebell is presenting to us now is Dr. Pepper Float Ice Cream. Now, I'm not that big of a fan of Dr. Pepper, but if you like a good Dr. Pepper every now and again, we all love a good soda, whether you like Coke or you like that nasty Pepsi, or if you like a cool, crisp Dr. Pepper. I don't have anything against Dr. Pepper, really. They seem cool people. I don't really know much about the Dr. Pepper company unless, they're, doing human trafficking or something like that, unless they're doing that kind of thing. I don't think they are, but who knows? But yeah, Dr. Pepper, I just am not a big fan of it, I don't drink it that much. It's got a medicine-y flavor to me. I mean, Pepsi tastes like dirt, but Dr. Pepper is way better than Pepsi. But I would take Diet Coke over any of it, of course. But yeah, this Bluebell ice cream flavor of Dr. Pepper Float, I gotta find this. If you live in the South, specifically in the northern Louisiana area, I don't know where else these would be, Max Fresh Market, I saw them post about it, that they are actually selling this ice cream flavor right now. So you can definitely get it in their store in Max. I just wanted to bring that up real quick because, maybe a Coke flavor is on the horizon. I know if they did like an orange Fanta, which would just be like a creamsicle ice cream, basically, which that'd be pretty good. If they could do like an orange Fanta Bluebell ice cream, that would be great. I would love that. I would definitely have to seek that out. But yeah, I'm not going to probably seek this out, but if I see it, I will definitely pick it up and try it and give y'all a review of it. But yeah, so I just wanted to mention that real quick, that if you like Dr. Pepper, there is Bluebell Dr. Pepper. It's Dr. Pepper Float specifically. And it's Dr. Pepper Float Bluebell ice cream available in stores near you now. So if you have a Max Fresh Market, or you want to check your local Walmart or any of your local grocery stores, check those out, because you might find some Dr. Pepper Bluebell ice cream. So also, something else that I wanted to mention, and I actually need to look this up so I can get it right. So, as you all know, this is kind of a bigger subject that I wanted to talk about with pertaining to the broad subject that has been coming up within the past year. I don't know if I mentioned anything about this last year. But the overall subject is AI, which is artificial intelligence. Last year, around this time, they had an AI generator. It was an image generator where you type in a prompt and it would give you an image based off of the words that you typed in. So if you wanted to put, man holding piece of pizza in front of a building, it would paint and create a picture of a guy holding a piece of pizza, and there'd just be a building in the background. It wouldn't be the best picture. It would look like a very weird painting from like the 1500s or something. It would just look weird. It would be distorted. The eyes, the mouth, like either wouldn't be there or all, lopsided. There'd probably be like two fingers just holding the pizza and no other hands and fingers and all that. Like it just looked weird. Like a weird painting. It would look like something that would sell off for like $5 million at a paint show. But yeah. So they created this last year. And now we're in this year, in 2023. And they have this website called ChatGPT. And what this is, and they have a bunch of these AI text generators. You go to ChatGPT and you basically ask it any question that you want. You could technically have somewhat of a conversation, or not really like a speaking conversation, but a text conversation with ChatGPT. And it's just an AI that has no emotion as of right now. It has no emotion, no feelings. If you ask for its opinion on something, it'll be like, well, I'm an AI simulation. I don't have feelings. I can't express that to you. But you can ask it any question and it will like scour the internet for an answer for your question, whether it's, about the planet, about an animal, about the human body, about, something entertainment, it could be about sports. It could literally be about anything. But they would also put in a prompt of like me talking. So I can literally, I'm going to pull up ChatGPT right quick. And that's what it is. And it follows your prompt and can create dialogue with you as well. So, it's getting to that point where it's slowly evolving, that they're creating this, and AI itself is evolving on its own at this point, and we're getting there. And now ChatGPT has its own app. Yeah, and you heard me right. ChatGPT has its own iPhone and probably Android app that you could download on your app store. Probably for free. I don't know if it costs anything. I know there's like if you can use it for free, but there's only so many times or so many words you could type in before, you have to pay to have like unlimited word count that you could use or something like that. But yeah, very, very strange. It's very interesting as well to talk about ChatGPT and everything that it's coming to, and like I said, it has no emotion as of right now because it's getting to the point where it's looking like a Skynet situation where, from the Terminator movies, it's, and what happens specifically, and a lot of movies about that too, with robots. You give robots feeling and give them understanding of the world and of history, and you're like, okay, we need you to protect the planet. And in the robot's eyes and mind of seeing what has occurred to the planet specifically is that humans were the greatest threat to humanity itself and the planet. Which is, somewhat true, but it gets to that, And so to further the point of AI learning and all this kind of stuff is that everybody's favorite company, Apple, has announced that they are going to be inputting AI into our phone. We already have an AI, which is Siri. Everybody knows Siri, where you change it to, you can change her voice. Normally it starts out as this woman. You can give her an accent. You can change her to a man's voice. You can change it and customize it however you want. Now comes the very weird part that I was building to. Let me just read you this headline. Apple says your iPhone will soon be able to speak in your own voice with only 15 minutes of training. Yeah, that soon there's going to be a feature on the iPhone called Personal Voice. And you will have to speak randomized text prompts for 15 minutes straight. And it will listen to your voice, listen to your tone, listen to how you phrase things, your accent, everything. It will learn. It's learning. It's AI learning. It will learn how you talk, what you talk like, your accent, everything. Your cadence, your tone, it all. And after those 15 minutes, your iPhone, whenever you say, "Hey Siri," like, for example, I say, "Hey Siri, tell me what the weather's like outside." And then the iPhone will reply with, "The weather is currently 80 degrees outside with a 10% chance of rain." Your phone is going to be answering questions as you. Your own voice is going to come out of your iPhone. After only 15 minutes of learning your voice, your phone will be able to talk like yourself. And there are some other weird ways you can go about this, I guess, is that your phone, you could let your phone learn the voice of a friend or family member or somebody else. And then that's going to be, oh my gosh, I just had a weird thought in my head. What if you let your phone listen to the voice of like one of your grandparents or one of your parents or spouse or whoever, or some family member that is like your grandparent or something. Like if you have a grandma or granddad or whoever that's in like their 80s or 90s, and you let it learn their voice, then if they pass away, God rest their soul, if they pass away, you can talk to your phone and your phone's going to reply in the voice of your deceased relative. Let that sink in for a minute. Because not only you can let it answer yourself, which I feel like that is such an arrogant thing to do, is to let you're gonna be having your phone speak in your voice to reply to your questions. I feel like that is such like a arrogant and prideful thing, because most people, I'm okay with the way I sound. Like, I can listen to my voice and I'm not going to be like, but a lot of people hate their own voice. I mean, if you're listening to this, you got to agree with me on that point, that you probably hate the way you sound. You're either okay with your voice or you hate your voice. There are not many people in this world that be like, you know what, I sound great. I love to listen to myself, And those people are going to, definitely be behind Apple on this, feature that'll be on the phone. There's apparently another tool called Live Speech, which lets users type in a phrase and save commonly used ones for the device to speak during phone and FaceTime calls or in-person calls. I didn't even know about this. Live speech. So if you say words a lot, like your catchphrase or whatever, if you have a catchphrase or any kind of phrase that you just say a lot, you can speak it into your phone and it's going to record it. And then during a phone call, a FaceTime call, or even an in-person conversation, for some reason you're having your phone answer your friend or whoever in person. In-person conversation, phone call, and FaceTime. And your phone is basically going to be able to talk to whoever you're on the phone with without you being there. And it's going to talk in your voice. All you got to do is answer the call and end the call. You answer the call and your phone is going to be able to talk to the other person on the phone without you having to stand there and talk to them. Your phone and your friend or whoever, your relative, whoever you're talking to on the phone, and you just got to sit back and be like, I don't have to do anything. I'm letting my phone talk to my friend, not me. Because it's so weird. It's getting to that point. Like, it's getting to the point where that is kind of getting scary. And it's getting to the point where I think that I'm not going to directly relate it to this, but I definitely think that the way that in the late 90s and early 2000s, around Y2K and all that, when the internet started booming and MySpace and Facebook started and all that kind of stuff, that generation that dealt with the coming of the internet, and then the generation of the coming of social media, that social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all of those popped off, and Vine, and now TikTok and all that. And then now we're in the generation of AI coming to be. Because, internet's kind of like an afterthought. It's old now. The internet is over 20 years old. And social media, Facebook's definitely over 10 years. Snapchat, I don't even know how old Snapchat is now. And Instagram and Twitter and all those are getting older too. And yeah, so AI is that next big technologically advanced wave or movement that is coming in the years, and it's starting now. So you need to be aware. You need to be learning about it. People are very, more people now, especially people who are now getting older, know what the internet is, know how to use Google, they know what that is, and, they may not understand social media, and then the younger generation, they understand social media. And with that new generation, it's just that, I don't know, you had the internet, and then you had the social media age, and now we're getting into AI where, I'm 23 years old at this point, and I'm even, struggling to learn about AI because it's getting to the point where I'm going to have problems to understand and learn about it and all that. I'm going to try to keep up with it for everybody, that way I can teach y'all, and y'all can, y'all may not learn it from me, but at least y'all will know about it and have, awareness of it from me. That's my point about that. So, yeah, look it up, read about it. Now is the time. Now is definitely the time when I think that people should be becoming aware and learning about AI. That way you don't fall behind, because if you don't learn now, you will fall behind. You will get to that point where you do not know what is going to happen. What is this? Why is my phone sound like me talking back to me? Everybody just needs to start understanding that and learning what is happening and what is going to happen surrounding all of AI. So that was my whole spiel about that. So yeah. So I will keep up with all the AI talk. I'm going to try to keep up with it. I'll let y'all know any big news, kind of like that Apple situation. I'll let y'all know more about that in the future whenever it happens. And I guess we'll see what actually happens, AI is going to rule the world, and we might get to that point where it's going to be like in WALL-E with all the fat people on the big spaceship and all that, and have to leave Earth and then come back years later, with a bunch of robots helping out, so we might get there. I don't think that we should, but who knows at this point. So, I wanted to go over a little bit of Marvel news real quick for all the Marvel listeners out there. That a new season of Loki Season 2 will be premiering on Disney Plus on October the 6th. I think that it's only going to be 6 episodes, which is saddening, but I'm still looking forward to watch it, of course. But Season 2 of Loki on October the 6th. And then the next series after that is going to be the series called Echo, which is based off of the woman who was in Hawkeye, and she was mute because she didn't talk. But was it because of something else? She wasn't blind. Was she deaf? I don't think she was deaf. I think she's just mute is what it was. Unless she was deaf. She might have been deaf. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember because I don't really remember much about the Hawkeye show. So, yeah. But the season or series called Echo, all episodes are going to premiere on November 29th. So, right when the season 2 of Loki ends, is that this show is going to just put all episodes out on one day. They're not putting, episode to episode. They're just going to put all the episodes out on one day. I don't know if they are doing that on purpose or they don't have, long-term plans for this character. This character, Echo, might die in this show. Who knows? So, we'll see what happens. So, to go ahead and get into questions, if you ever have a question for me, you can comment on my YouTube page. There's a link down in the description of this podcast episode that'll take you directly to my YouTube channel, and you can comment on one of the videos, your question, and you can also comment flavor of a drink, a food item, ice cream, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can comment any food item, candy, anything, and I'll try to find it and review it. But you can also comment a question. You can do both. You can do one of them. That's up to you. So we have one question here. It's an interesting question when I read it before. This question is, have you ever used flex tape or any flex product? That's a really good question, to be honest. I haven't. Everybody knows about flex tape and flex seal and all that. I just haven't, really thought about it or talked about it in a while. But I honestly think that flex tape and all the flex products with Phil Swift, they all got super famous, in my opinion, because of the YouTuber JonTron and the video he made that's got over 10 million views or something. It's a lot. It's really funny. It's a great shit. It's a great show, or a great YouTube video, I should say, about the flex products and flex tape, and then he did flex seal and all that. But me personally, I don't think I've ever used any of the flex products. I know for a fact that my dad has actually used flex tape. He used it one time, just to give you all an insider story about how good flex tape is, apparently. He used flex tape once on something. I forget what it was. And it was something big, like a trailer or something. And he put it on there, and then he said that he looked out there the next day, and in the commercials it'll tell you oh, this is good during hurricane, it could be a tornado, and it's not going to rip off the tape that you put on your car or whatever. But he looked out there after he put the tape on, whatever it was, and it was in some wind, and he could see the flex tape. Half of it was still stuck to the thing that it was on, and the other half of the tape was blowing in the wind because the wind had ripped half the tape up. He said it was just blowing like a flag in the wind outside, and that was just a piece of tape. But yeah, I don't know if it's that good. I'll try it. I'll go get some. They have it in Walmart, so I'll try to get me some. But yeah, I personally have not used any of the Flex products. But I know if I need some tape, I always got to go with good old Flex tape, you know. Got to do Phil Swift proud and get some Flex tape. So thank you for that question. And if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments below. So now, we're going to do a little bit of a review. I got 2 more flavors of jelly beans. You know, I did jelly beans about 2 weeks ago. I did the Now and Later and the Jello jelly beans. And now we're going to be doing the Fruit Loop jelly beans and also Sweet Tart jelly beans. You know, these Sweet Tart ones are probably going to be pretty good. So I am going to go ahead. Which one should I open first? And I have a pair of scissors this time. That way I don't struggle trying to open these things. So, which one should I go with first? I think I'm going to go with the Sweet Tart ones first. Because if they're good, I might as well try them suckers first. Alright. I'm going to try to get one of every color, every flavor. So I have a broad spectrum of, you know, what entails of all these. So they have I didn't get one of the pinks. Pink, purple, blue, orange, yellow, and a lime green color. Do we actually know what flavors these are? Oh, yes, we do. Oh, okay, no, we don't. They don't tell me. All right, well, I don't know what flavors these are, so they're all Sweet Tarts. So here we go with the Sweet Tart jelly beans. Oh, that's good. They have that sweet tart sensation. Everybody knows what I'm talking about because if you ever had Sweet Tarts, it's that real soury, tangy that's on your tongue. They're good. I put 3 of them in my mouth. That was a bad decision. They're very gummy. I'm trying to swallow them, but they won't let me. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's alright. I don't know what I would rate this. They're good. You definitely need to only eat like one at a time. And make sure you swallow it before you put another one in. Oh, there we go. They're good. They have that tanginess. They're chewy and tangy is what it says on the bag. The tanginess is there, and they are definitely chewy. Like chewing a piece of gum if you chew like more than one of them at a time. But yeah, they're good. I like them. On a scale of 0 to 100, I'd probably just give these a 78. Because they have their ups. You know, they're good. Like I said, I probably wouldn't seek these out. If I was given these, I'd still eat them. But I might finish them. But they're definitely something I wouldn't want to eat constantly. And just, you know, one after the other, like chips or popcorn or something, you know. The Jello jelly beans, they were good now. I finished that bag. But yeah, these are... They're better than mid, but not that much better. Like right above average, you know. So, the next flavor we have, of course, is Fruit Loop jelly beans. So, go ahead and tear this open. Now, if you remember, I did the Fruit Loop gummies a while back. And those were not good. I specifically remember those not being that good. So, hopefully, these will be actually good. So, of course, they're different flavors, or they're different colors. Apparently, they're all the same flavor, I guess. That's the way Fruit Loops are. Fruit Loops are all the same thing, just different colors. So, I guess all these jelly beans are the same flavor, just different colors. So, let's go ahead and try them. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. That is not good. Oh! Yeah. I'm going to try one more, but... Oh. Good Lord. Oh, why? Are Fruit Loops that bad? I gotta try regular Fruit Loops because these are god-awful. Good Lord. Oh. Fruit Loop jelly bean. Oh, gross. A 20. You're getting a 20 because that is terrible. Terrible. How could they be so bad? Like, they're making it taste just like the cereal. Like, it still has that quality. You bite into Fruit Loops, the cereal, that's what this jelly bean tastes like, and that is not what it needs. It needs something else. And it's bad. And what I'm thinking is that anything that's Fruit Loop flavored that's not cereal sucks because the gummies were bad. And now the jelly beans, like Fruit Loops, I don't know, the toucan, whatever you're doing, you need to stop. You need to stop right now. Because going into other mediums outside of cereal, going into gummies and jelly beans and all that is not working out for you. It's not looking bright. The gummies were bad. These just suck. I had to spit these out. I tried 3 different colors. They were all the same flavor, but they're just so bad. So... Fruit Loop jelly beans get a low, depressing 20, while Sweet Tart jelly beans are sitting at a pretty high 78. Like, they're good. I would rather have the jelly ones back again. But, yeah. So, Sweet Tart jelly beans at 78 and Fruit Loop jelly beans at a 20. So, yeah. With all that being said, I gotta go wash my mouth out after those Fruit Loop jelly beans. So... As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And follow the Toddcast on Instagram for all your updates and Toddcast needs. Tell your friends and family to give it a listen, and thank all of you for listening to this episode. If you want to know what's going to happen next week, I can tell you anything Fruit Loop flavored ain't going to be on there, but you'll just have to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.